Speaking of
now that's
Pearl,
not
Sonny's
happening.
got a special on him today on if you get a chance. I know you just got in from the West Coast. Sonny Spurs, they've got a little special on Pearl today on social media if you get a chance.
They just sent it to me. They just sent
Oh,
it to
okay,
me. Yeah.
okay. Small world, small
Yeah,
world.
yeah, Sonny.
Yeah,
Those guys, that Big East rewind thing is fun.
yeah, yeah, yeah. They do a good thing with that. Keep Big East. I don't know. I mean, they still got a lot of the same teams. I just
It's
miss
a
it.
good fraternity, like the guys that made the Big East.
Yeah,
Red. I mean, it's a good fraternity. I mean, like guys, those games were wars. I mean, guys beat
yeah,
the crap at each other, but they
yeah. I mean,
always had respect for each other.
Otis Thorpe. Do
Yeah.
they even make guys like John Pannone anymore, Coach?
Oh shoot,
I mean, he would hurt you, man.
yeah, he would, and I
Wow.
mean, but at the end of the day, there was a real mutual respect.
Yeah, yeah. I don't mean hurt in a bad way. I mean, like,
Yeah, no, I
you know,
know.
he's
John
like
Pinell
one
would lace
guy I
the
never
wood
tried
off
to
you.
dunk on either.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I
You
mean,
know?
the league was crazy. I remember
Yeah.
when I was at Pitt, we moved into the league. I
Hmm.
mean, Syracuse had, Leo Routens, and Chris was at St. John's, and
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, like across the league, it was just every
yeah.
game.
Sleepy
Patrick
Floyd.
Patrick was at Georgetown with Billy Martin and David
Yeah,
Wingate.
it was
I
just
mean,
crazy.
it was
Yeah,
the league was just so good and
yeah.
so fiercely competitive, and nutty
Think about
coaches
it. People
running
don't even
around.
bring up like Michael Adams. How quick was he? He was a
Oh
little
yeah,
unstoppable, and just people that you don't even really talk about.
yeah. I mean,
It's
and
amazing.
that's the thing that
John Bagley.
oh, I mean, could get
Yeah,
anywhere he wanted anytime he wanted. I mean,
yeah,
he was. I mean, Clyde Vaughn, and my guy Clyde, who led the league
yeah.
in scoring and rebounding, was just a beast.
Yeah, he was just a monster. I played against him over in England. He's stronger than ever.
Yeah, yeah, he was
Yeah,
good. So I mean, I just wish we could try to find a way to, you know, maybe the schools. I mean, even the Catholic League right now is not as they invested in. I mean, like
yeah,
when Pat Quigley was coaching at Bishop Loughlin, and Coach White was
yeah,
at LaSalle, and I mean there was great coaches, and the games were, I mean there were events.
yeah,
They were
yeah.
events.
I try to keep up with the schools too, especially towards the playoff and see who's doing
Yeah,
what. But it's kind of tough. Coach, I know you're busy. We appreciate you so much. I'm going to let Justin see if he has any questions for you because I got one that I guess the whole nation is going to ask you. So maybe we'll get a little insight before Just throws out any questions that he may have for you before we let you go, get some sleep or whatever you need to do.
yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, Coach. I was just curious. You were mentioning the Big East, and I was thinking about some of the great venues in there, and then thinking about the great college basketball venues across the country. And I'm just curious, what are some of your favorite spots to go cover a game, see a game? What are kind of the top of your list?
Yeah, I was fortunate, to coach in the Big East and coach in the ACC, coaching Long Beach State, and coaching at UCLA and McHale Center in Arizona. One of the great places to coach and see a game is obviously Fog Island Fieldhouse in Kansas.
Yeah.
It's just so unique. One of the great places to coach and see a game is the Dome, because I mean they come from near and far in the middle of the damn winter, and even for Pitt, forget about Georgetown and the rivalry games.
Yeah,
We'd have 22,000 in there.
yeah,
You think about obviously Cameron Indoor, the history and the banners, the Dean Dome, phenomenal place. Those places are iconic places. Assembly Hall at University of Indiana is unique because it's literally built into the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
There's so
wow.
many great venues, but to me, and I'm the all-time homer when it comes to this, and I'm sure Red will agree with me.
Hmm.
The most memorable place for me to coach and even go to call a game is Madison Square Garden. I grew
Yeah,
up in New
no place
York.
like that's the
I
mecca.
was at the game when Willis came out of the tunnel, when there was a tunnel, because no longer a tunnel.
Wow.
It just is something about it. And Red, I mean,
Mhm.
you can relate to it. I mean,
Yeah,
there's something about the memories, maybe from
yeah,
being a kid to seeing the Knicks win a championship to
yeah. I mean,
seeing,
even today, the
coaching in the
great
Big
ones, they
East.
try to save their best games for the Garden. Jordan always, try
Yeah,
to save his
Yeah.
best games. LeBron, I mean, it's something that's it
yeah.
just is, it's the mecca.
It is. It's just
Yep.
Mhm.
there's something about walking in that building, going through that elevator that all those elephants came through from Ringling Barnum and Bailey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
For a kid that grew up in New York who used to take the train in to go to the Garden with his dad when he was little and go to the holiday festival.
It's just
Just
nothing
a
like
special.
it.
The Garden, there's nothing like it. There's
Nothing like it. All right. Well, in a few weeks, should I say, the whole world is going to be, everybody's going to be looking to see what Coach Seth says. So since we got you here, who do you think, if you had to pick a Final Four, who would you go with right now, just based off what you're seeing?
Yeah, it's tough. I'd probably go with, and this could change depending on like injuries and things of that nature. I'd probably go with Gonzaga.
Mm-hmm.
I think that they've kind of separated themselves in a positive way. I'd probably go with Duke. I think that Banchero, but more importantly, Trevor Keels and AJ Griffin are playing really, really well right now. And I think they'll continue to get better. I'd probably go with Purdue.
I was going to ask about Purdue.
I call them Noah's Ark. They got two of everything, including two big guys that can really, really play. And
that's my horse right there, Purdue. I'll just interject there. Just something about them when I seen them play. I think they're a little special.
Yeah, and I'm leaning towards, because after what they did yesterday, Kentucky playing without two starters.
Yeah,
Oscar's played great, but I'll tell you what, Toppin's gotten better. Kellen Grady's gotten better. Their team chemistry is good. They got a tight 8-man rotation. So that's my gut right now. That could change.
Got some good safe bets there. Yeah,
like Texas Tech's a good sleeper team if you're looking to take a flyer.
Great coach too.
He can really coach and they guard the crap out of you. I mean, they can really guard. So those are just five that kind of, and things will happen the next few weeks. Injuries is a big thing. We've seen a lot of injuries. Like UCLA, I think they're really good. Arizona Arizona was really good watching them. But UCLA hasn't been healthy. I want to see what happens in UCLA in the next 2 weeks. They've been banged up pretty good. They haven't had their starting lineup together, I think, one time in the last 6 weeks.
Wow. So, that's got to be tough.
And they've got to.
Then when they do come back, they got to get the chemistry going again too. If they do get the injuries, But they're talented enough to do it if they can get lucky.
So. I'm honored to be I'm honored to be the first guest in Red's.
I'm honored to have you as the first guest. You don't even know how excited I am. I've always looked up to you, considered you one of the great ones. You're just, everybody in New York knows of you, and it's just weird that a new generation knows you as the great guru from ESPN, but I just know you as one of the legendary coaches, and general good guys. And I just want to thank you, Coach.
I'm gonna have to call the other Red Autry. Tell him.
Yeah, that's our guy. That's our guy.
Well, I'm honored to be the guy sitting in the corner of the barbershop just soaking it up with you guys. So I appreciate you, Coach. I appreciate you.
Just you made it possible. We couldn't have did this without you.
I appreciate you, and good luck. If I can help you guys in any way, please don't hesitate to reach out.
Yes, sir. Thanks so much, Seth Greenberg.
All right, man.
We'll be right back with more. We'll be right back with more here on Red's Barbershop. This episode of Red's Barbershop is presented by Third Eye Consulting LLC and Coastal Plains Insurance of the Lowcountry. Our friend Peter Haber and Third Eye Consulting have a proven track record of providing homeowners associations, condo boards, landlords, and property owners with solutions that actually work. Peter has a proven track record of positive results and dedication to his clients' needs. Visit him today at thirdeyeconsultingllc.com and tell him you heard about him at Red's Barbershop. And our friend Mark McDonald and Coastal Plains Insurance of the Lowcountry provide an independent insurance agency serving the coastal communities of South Carolina, not only with great coverage at the best rates, but also by giving back to the community. For all your insurance needs in coastal South Carolina, visit Coastal Plains Insurance of the Lowcountry at cpilowcountry.com and tell them their name came up at Red's Barbershop. All right, Red. Awesome to have Coach Greenberg come on. We still call him Coach, even though he's, he's Mr. TV now, Mr. Analyst. But
exactly,
always once coach, always coach, right?
Yeah, that's what I said to him. I said, I know there's a whole new generation that knows you as the ESPN guru, and they can't wait for him to give their his Final Four and last out, last in, first in, last out spear. But he's just taking over ESPN. But I still know him as coach. He's one of the legendary coaches out of New York City. His brother, he's almost like the McGuires. You can't, there's so many great stories about the kids that he's helped, and I mean, he just loves basketball. I mean, he's the type of guy that will walk by the park and see some guys playing and jumping in and telling them what they're doing wrong and start showing them fundamental stuff. He just loves basketball, and I'm so excited to have him as a guest, one of our guests, Jeff.
Yeah, and he's living the dream now too. I mean, he gets to go watch and talk about basketball every night and see everybody in the country. It seems like he's really enjoyed that transition from coaching into into the booth and into the media world, and he's really good at it. I mean, he's fantastic.
He's a natural. He just remembers the names of the players and the coaches and the teams, and he even knows the schedules in his heads and stuff. He knows what teams have guys that are out, and who might be better than what they look like, any given day in a game because certain players are out. I mean, he's fantastic, but he didn't say never about coming back to coach, Joseph. You noticed that.
He did not. No. He's 65 years old, and I would say a pretty young 65. He's he's in good health, good shape, mind sharp, and I wouldn't be surprised if he gets that itch again if the right opportunity pops up. But I also think he's found a really good niche for himself right now. So we'll Red, before we get out of here on this first episode, man, we'll give you a chance to take the floor here. It's your platform. It's your baby. Talk about what you want to talk about. What's on your mind?
I just want to get some of the great guests that we know that can come in with some real insight as to college and pro basketball, even maybe some high school basketball, just all things basketball and how it's relating to the things that's going on today. I've met so many great people in my travels through basketball. That's one of the great things about sports. You just never know who you're going to meet and how they're going to interplay in your life and come back. And I just love talking basketball with people that have some of the knowledge of some of the people that I plan on bringing to our show, Joe. So I just can't wait. I'm so excited.
And I don't have the depth of knowledge that you or our guests will have. So like I said, I'm happy to be the guy who kind of moderates it and keeps the conversation going and sits over here and learns from you guys, because what a great resource we have here.
Yeah, I couldn't do this without you. I love you. I see the great things that you're doing in the community with the kids and keeping people abreast of the success that our kids are having and pushing for them and getting them some notoriety that they need. I feel bad that we don't get all of the notoriety and the publicity that the big cities get, but you're definitely doing your share for our kids to get known and out there and some opportunities. And I'm just happy to have you helping me with this and be part of this. And I'm just so excited, man. I just can't thank you enough.
Well, hey, man, I'm honored that you came to me and asked me to do it, and I'm really happy that we could make it work and look forward to many more episodes. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to talk to some great folks.
Definitely.
And learn a lot about high school, college, professional basketball, what's going on in the world, and learn a little bit about their personalities and their stories as well. So I'm looking forward to it, Red. I think this was a great maiden voyage, and I very much look forward to the next one.
Thank you. Me too. And I'm so excited. And thanks again. And thanks everybody for tuning in to Red's Barbershop with Coach and Justin Jarrett.
All right. We're looking for sponsors to support this new endeavor. Always looking for that. And if you want to drop us a line, you can hit me up at lowcosports@gmail.com, LOWCO sports@gmail.com. And we'll get some social media and stuff going for the podcast, Coach, so we can get a little mailbag going. People can send in their questions.
That's the plan.
We'll try to get the listeners a little more involved here. But thanks so much to everyone who joined us here for the first episode. Thanks a million to Seth Greenberg for jumping on and chatting with us on the maiden voyage. And thanks to everybody who came into the barbershop. We'll see you next time. See you real soon here at Red's Barbershop.